My name is Aria Carter. I'm 29 years old. And I'll never forget the day my family abandoned me in the middle of Genoa, Italy, calling it a joke. This trip was supposed to be our family reconciliation, a vacation to get back to how we used to be. But that morning, in the crowded fish market, I turned around and realized they were gone. No money, no passport, no way home. I rushed to a crumbling payphone, my hands shaking as I dialed while my heart hammered against my ribs. The line crackled before my sister's voice came through, cold and distant. "Aria, you're bothering everyone." My mother cut in, sharp and final. "This is your fault." Then came the laughter, bright, foreign. Before they hung up, the stench of fish filled my nostrils. Italian voices called out prices I couldn't understand. Yellow lights flickered overhead, casting my shadow on the wet pavement. I stood there, frozen. In that moment, I understood. This wasn't an accident. This was a plan. They hadn't just abandoned me. They had betrayed me. My family looked perfect from the outside. Middle-class Columbus, Ohio. Dad Mike, an engineer. Mom Linda, a high school math teacher. My sisters Madison, 31, and Emma, 26. Both successful, both golden. And me, I was the shadow. 16 years old. My birthday party. I stood outside the kitchen window, watching the party I'd spent a week planning. Madison blew out candles while everyone clapped. The smell of chocolate cake, the recipe I'd found on Pinterest, drifted through the glass. Emma giggled with our cousins. I knocked on the door. Madison looked up, shrugged. "Oops, we forgot to invite Aria." 36 people. 36 people remembered to come to the party, but no one remembered me. College graduation. Ohio State. I scanned the family section, searching for familiar faces. Empty chairs. The announcer called, "Aria Carter, magna cum laude." I walked across that stage to camera flashes from strangers, but not one person from my family. Later, they texted, "Sorry, GPS gave us the wrong address. Congrats, though." The sound of strangers clapping. Not the "that's our girl" I'd imagined for 4 years. Every time they had excuses, but the feeling in my stomach, hollow, forgotten, was identical. I learned to swallow it, smile, say, "No big deal." I became an expert at minimizing my own pain to keep family peace. I endured it because I believed love came in many forms. Maybe their tough love would make sense someday. Last March, Mom suggested, "Our family needs time together. Let's go to Italy. Such a beautiful place to reconnect." I naively believed her. I even researched locations, booked tours, excited that we'd finally have quality time. In our Carter family trip chat, little comments started appearing. Madison, "Hope Aria doesn't ruin this trip." Emma, "Remember her meltdown at Disneyland?" Mom, "Girls, don't be so serious. Aria needs to learn to adapt." I thought it was normal pre-trip tension, but there was one detail I missed. They kept asking about my schedule, where I'd be, when I'd return to the hotel. That morning, Mom said, "Aria, go to the market and get some things so I can cook dinner. We'll have a cozy family meal." I happily agreed, carrying Mom's handwritten list. 30 minutes later, my arms were full of fresh seafood, vegetables, local bread. But when I returned to Hotel Bristol Palace, the receptionist said, "I'm sorry, miss, your family checked out this morning." Checked out? There must be a mistake. "They left this for you." She handed me an envelope. Inside, $50 and a note. "Learn to be independent. See you in Ohio." Family. Sitting on those hotel steps, I read that line over and over. For the first time in my life, I understood. This wasn't tough love. This was calculated cruelty. And this time, I wouldn't let them get away with it. $50. That's all I had in a foreign city. No passport, no credit card, locked in the hotel safe. No emergency contacts except the family who'd just abandoned me. Genoa isn't Prague or Bangkok, where backpackers survive on $10 a day. This is an expensive Italian port city, and I was completely unprepared. Wandering cobblestone streets, I found Ostello Genova, a rundown hostel near the port. Signora Maria, a 60-year-old owner, looked at me with pity as I explained in broken English, mixed with desperate gestures. No passport? Family leave you? She shook her head, but gave me a bed in the dorm for $25 a night. You call embassy tomorrow, see? That night, lying on the hard mattress, listening to 5 other backpackers snoring, I couldn't sleep. For the first time in my life, I was completely alone. No one to rescue me, no safety net. But strangely, amid the fear, there was another feeling creeping in: freedom. The next day, I went to the U.S. consulate near Piazza dei Ferrari. The emergency passport process would take 3 business days and cost $135. I didn't have enough money. I can work, I told Maria. Clean rooms, help in kitchen. Maria laughed. You American princess want work? Okay, we try. And I did work. I cleaned rooms, did laundry, helped in the kitchen, led walking tours for guests. Each day I earned 20 to 30 euros, enough to live and save for the emergency passport. Those were the hardest and proudest days of my life. I learned to say dove il bagno. Where's the bathroom? Make pasta carbonara from Maria. Negotiate prices at the market with hand gestures. For the first time, no one judged me. No one compared me to Madison or Emma. I was just Aria, an American girl who needed help, and people were willing to help because I tried. On day 3, sitting in a small cafe, I began documenting everything. Digital receipts, screenshots of group chats, call logs of my missed calls to Ohio that no one answered. Physical receipts, hotel receipt with the family note, hostel receipts, emergency passport application. Photos, pictures of myself at the abandonment location with timestamps. Witness statements. Maria agreed to write a letter confirming I arrived at the hostel alone, no money, no passport. Marco, a German tourist who witnessed my breakdown phone call on day 1, also left his contact. If you need witness, I remember. Very not normal what your family do. On my last day in Genoa, I sat in the same spot, Mercato Orientale, where I'd been abandoned. But this time, I wasn't a panicked victim. I was a woman who'd survived 7 days in a foreign city through her own strength. I opened my notes app and typed, "They think this broke me, but it built me." The smell of fresh fish no longer overwhelmed me. The Italian voices sounded like music now. The yellow light seemed warmer, more welcoming. I'd found something here I never had at home: my own capability. While my family posted check-ins from Florence and Rome on Facebook, tagging each other with captions like "perfect family vacation," I had completed a comprehensive dossier. They thought they'd taught me a lesson. But the lesson I learned was completely different from what they intended. I learned I didn't need them. I learned I could save myself. And most importantly, I learned that what they called family love was actually systematic cruelty. As I walked back to the hostel that final evening, the Mediterranean breeze carrying sense of salt and possibility, I made a decision. They thought this chapter was over, but for me, it was just beginning. Back in Ohio, after 7 days, I didn't rush to confront them. I prepared methodically, like a prosecutor building a case. Sitting cross-legged on the carpeted floor, laptop open, I screenshot every group chat message. I deleted nothing. I organized everything. Timeline analysis. 2 weeks before, hope Arya doesn't ruin this trip. 1 week before, Arya always overreacts to everything. Morning of abandonment. She needs to learn independence. That afternoon, after dropping me, Arya finally got the message. 47 missed calls from me over 3 days, each ring echoing into emptiness. But their Instagram stories showed gelato in Florence, sunsets in Rome, active online, ignoring my desperate calls. I created an evidence box, hotel receipt, with handwritten note, "Learn to be independent," emergency passport application, crisp white papers with red stamps, hostel receipts, crumpled coffee stain from those survival days, medical report from Genoa Clinic, stress-induced panic attack documentation. Each item went into plastic sleeves labeled with dates. Professional, undeniable. Signora Maria. I emailed the hostel, asking for a written statement. She replied in broken English. American girl come, no money, no passport. Very sad situation. I help because no family should abandon child like this. Marco Hoffman. The German tourist agreed to make a video testimony. Eyewitness phone call, family laugh when she crying. This is not normal. Hotel receptionist Giuseppe. Through LinkedIn, I found the staff directory. He confirmed, your family check out early morning, leave only envelope with very little money. Connecting historical patterns. For the first time, I mapped out 21 years systematically. Not emotional venting, but analytical timeline. Ages 8-12, forgetfulness, era, soy. Soccer practice abandonment, 3 hours waiting, coach had to drive me home. School plays, empty seats in family section, birthday parties. We thought you told friends not to come. Ages 13-18. Character building. Era. Sweet 16 exclusion. Cake scent. Laughter from inside the house. Graduation absence. Ceremony applause from strangers. College send-off. You're an adult now, figure it out. Ages 19-28. Independence training. Era. Holiday invitation delays. We assumed you had other plans. Family photos. Stand in back or cropped out entirely. Financial emergencies. This will teach you budgeting. Age 29. International abandonment. Week 1. Rage. Pure, red-hot anger. Week 2. Sadness. Mourning the family I thought I had. Week 3. Clarity. Understanding this wasn't love. Week 4. Strategic calm. Planning the perfect response. Airline records. I accessed our shared family rewards account. They'd booked return flights for 4 people from the beginning. Hotel changes, family suite canceled. Double room confirmed 1 week before trip. Travel insurance policy. Coverage listed only 4 names. Madison, Emma, Mom, Dad. Dinner reservations throughout Italy. Consistently booked for 4, never 5. I consulted with an employment lawyer about abandonment law. Technically not illegal, I'm an adult, but legally questionable. Emotional abuse case has potential, but family court is tricky. I wouldn't pursue legal action. I wanted something more powerful, public accountability. The night before our family dinner, I sat with all evidence spread across my bedroom floor. 21 years of pain organized into manila folders, USB drives labeled, presentation scripted. For the first time, I didn't feel like a victim. I felt like someone with the power to change the narrative. The carpet beneath my knees felt solid, grounding. The desk lamp cast clean white light over my work. Everything was ready. Tomorrow they expected apology and gratitude. They'd get truth and consequences. Some bridges deserved to burn. I returned to Ohio, but didn't contact family immediately. I needed them comfortable, confident their plan had succeeded. Madison called after 2 weeks. Aria, are you okay? We were worried about you. Worried? My voice stayed level. Interesting. Don't be dramatic. We just wanted you to learn. Independence. I let silence hang. Then, you're right, I learned a lot. Baiting the trap. I want to talk to the whole family, I continued. I think I need to apologize for my reaction. Madison's relief was audible. Oh, Aria, I knew you'd understand. You always overthink everything. Right, I want to host a family dinner. I'll cook. I want to thank everyone for that lesson. Exactly what they wanted to hear. I suggested dinner at Mom's house, familiar territory where they'd feel in control. A family dinner like the old days. I miss those moments. Mom practically purred. My daughter has matured. I knew that trip would be good for you. And Mom, I want to show everyone some photos from the trip. I had some experiences to share. Wonderful. You'll see that what I did was right. I prepared like a courtroom presentation. Projector from my work laptop to display evidence. Printed timeline. 21 years of incidents with specific dates, USB drives as backup for each family member, legal consultation notes about abandonment laws, technically not illegal but ethically questionable. I practiced the presentation in my mirror, timing each section. Tone calm, factual, no emotional outburst. Family dinner, Sunday 6 p.m. I'll make Grandma Rose's lasagna, the recipe I finally perfected in Italy. Emma got excited. Ooh, and you'll tell us about your adventure in Genoa? Sounds thrilling. Oh, yes, I replied. I'll tell you everything, from beginning to end. I set up the dining room like a conference room. Laptop at the head of the table. To show photos. Projector, so everyone can see better. Printed materials in manila folders. Travel documents I organized. They'd think this was show and tell about a growth experience. Actually, this was an intervention. The smell of garlic and tomatoes filled the kitchen as I stirred the sauce. Through the window, I watched each family member's car pull into the driveway. Mom's silver Honda, Madison's black SUV, Emma's red Corolla, Dad's blue pickup. They arrived with expectations of apology and gratitude. They'd leave with understanding that actions have consequences. And some consequences last forever. I smoothed my navy blouse, checked the projector one final time. My hands were steady. My voice would be steadier. 29 years of being their punching bag ended tonight. Family dining room, 6:15 p.m. Everyone sat around the familiar dining table. Dad at the head, Mom to his left, Madison and Emma facing each other. I took the opposite end, facing Dad, laptop open beside my plate. Lasagna steamed between us, red wine poured, warm light glowed, everything perfect for a confrontation. Thank you all for coming, I began, voice calm. I want to share my experience in Italy. But first, I want to show you a project I've been working on. I clicked into my presentation. Madison laughed nervously. Aria, why so formal? I've systematically documented 47 incidents over 21 years. Slide 2 showed my spreadsheet timeline. Silence began settling. Age 8, abandoned at soccer practice for 3 hours. Age 16, excluded from family barbecue. Age 23, last-minute notification about graduation party. Mom interrupted. What are you doing? I'm presenting facts, Mom. Now, about the Italy trip. Click. Group chat screenshots appeared on the wall. Hope Aria doesn't ruin this trip. She needs to learn independence. Aria finally got the message. Emma went pale. You screenshot our private messages? I screenshot everything, Emma. I scrolled. 47 missed calls, 0 responses, but you all posted Instagram stories. Interesting discovery. Click. Airline confirmations appeared. Flight bookings, 4 passenger return tickets, booked 3 weeks early. Hotel changes, family suite to double room, 1 week before trip. Travel insurance, 4 people coverage only. Dad finally spoke. Aria, what's your point? My point? I stood up, calm. My point is that abandoning me in a foreign country wasn't an impulsive decision. This was premeditated abandonment. Click, medical report from Genoa Clinic. Stress-induced panic attack, day 2. Emergency passport, hostel fees, lost wages from missing work. The first time I mentioned money, the 7 or 10. The single anchor number. But the real cost wasn't money. Click. Photo of me sitting alone at Mercato Orientale. The real cost was trust and dignity. Madison. You're overreacting. We just wanted to help you grow up. Emma. It was tough love. You know that. Mom. You need to learn to forgive family. Dad. Aria, enough dramatics. We get it. Suddenly, Mom raised her hand, stopping the others. Wait, let her finish. Everyone looked surprised. Mom, the person who usually dismissed me, finally wanted to listen. Thank you, Mom. I breathed. I'm not here to attack anyone. I'm here to establish boundaries. From now on, no one gets to treat me like comic relief. No one gets to exclude me from family events and call it character building. No one gets to abandon me in a foreign country and call it a lesson. I paused, meeting each person's eyes. I'm not this family's scapegoat anymore. I'm not your punching bag for your insecurities. I'm a human being who deserves respect and basic decency. Final click. Video call from Marco, the German witness. Hello, I am Marco. I witnessed this American girl, very distressed, calling family. They hang up on her. This is not normal family behavior. Very cruel. The room fell silent. 21 years, 47 incidents, culminating with international abandonment. I'm not crazy. I'm not oversensitive. I've been systematically bullied by my own family. I closed the laptop. You can choose, acknowledge what happened and change your behavior, or lose me completely. The dining room sank into silence. The wall clock ticked. Lasagna cooled. And for the first time in 29 years, I wasn't the one who had to break the silence first. Mom spoke first. Honey, I didn't realize. I thought we were just. Just what, Mom? My voice stayed soft but firm. You thought abuse doesn't count if you call it family bonding? Dad shifted uncomfortably. Arya, abuse is a strong word. You're right, Dad. Abandonment in a foreign country is a stronger action. Social consequences rippled outward. Within a week, the domino effects couldn't be controlled. Extended family backlash. Madison Panic called Aunt Susan to explain. Aunt Susan was horrified. You did what? We raised Linda better than this. Grandparents demanded a family meeting. Social circle judgment. Emma's yoga class friends gossiped. Emma told me what happened with her sister. I can't imagine abandoning a sibling in a foreign country. Workplace whispers. Mom's school colleagues heard rumors. Linda Carter's daughter had to survive alone in Italy because the family abandoned her. That's disturbing. Church community concern. At Sunday service, Pastor Johnson approached Dad. Mike, I heard there's a family situation. The church offers counseling services. No became a complete sentence. Holiday gatherings. I won't be attending this year. Family group chat. Permanently muted, responses optional. Emergency contact updates. Jessica replaced Mom on all my forms. Financial independence. Completely cut off all financial strings. Weekly dinners at Jessica's house. Her husband David, kids Lily and Ben who call me Aunt Aria. For the first time, I experienced unconditional inclusion. International connections. Video calls with Signora Maria from Genoa. Christmas cards from Marco. You have familia here in Italy always, Maria wrote. Professional support network. Therapy group for family trauma survivors. I discovered 12 people with similar stories. 6 months later, Thanksgiving at my apartment. Small oak table, 6 chairs, Jessica's family, Marco visiting from Germany, Maria visiting from Italy, her first time in America. I sat at the head of the table, not from entitlement, but because this was a table I curated with love. The smell of turkey, genuine laughter, warm autumn light through my windows. Ben tugged my sleeve. Aunt Aria, tell the story about your Italy adventure. For the first time, my Italy story wasn't about abandonment. It was about discovery. On my mantle, framed boarding pass from Genoa to Ohio, the emergency flight I booked myself. Not a reminder of pain, but a symbol of capability. The day I learned I could save myself. Jessica raised her wine glass. To Aria, who taught us that courage looks like setting boundaries. 6 voices echoed. To Aria! And for the first time in 29 years, I didn't question whether I deserved this celebration. Real family doesn't test your love through cruelty. Real family doesn't abandon you to teach lessons. Real family shows up, especially when it's inconvenient. The warm glow of candles, the sound of genuine laughter, the taste of gratitude. This was what family actually felt like.